Here we are on Highclere Estate in Highclere Park, just near Highclere Castle, and we're going to have a little tour around the estate and see some of the interesting areas of this glorious 18th century parkland and woodland, which chime in with the heritage and history of the place and our wonderful Highclere Castle Gin and how it all came about. People are often asking me, what are those amazing trees? Well, they're cedars of Lebanon, and the oldest one we have here goes back to the 1730s, which is really something. Here we're driving along the base of the famous Sidon Hill, and when you're up at the top and you face north, you can see nearly all the way to the city of Oxford. You can in fact see the castle back in the distance there with its amazing towers. We're looking out towards aspects of our farm here on the chalk hills, where in a rotation oats are often planted. One of the interesting ideas we had when I was discussing it with the master distiller over at Langley Distillery was whether including a crop like oats in the distilling process was if not to change the taste, but to change just the texture and the smoothness of the final product. And it's actually worked out well, and it just does add a different and rather unique touch. So everyone around the world who's trying Highclere Castle Gin, well, we're thinking if there's a little bit of one of our crops in it. The most extraordinary thing about it is a number of people who seem to be enjoying it just on the rocks, as if it was like Scotch, and I can get that, because I think it's one of the reasons why I suddenly felt from the sample bottles, and we got through 22, 23 before we chose what we wanted to do for the recipe, was that there was this extraordinary aroma coming off, which I really liked. And I think that's part of having the gin on the rocks. I mean, with me, I actually love gin and tonics, and a wonderful bit of orange and rosemary and that kind of thing. And I also love the clever cocktails, the white ladies, and even a green lady that Lewis, our butler, did for us the other evening. My grandfather, who was a great raconteur and teller of all sorts of stories, of quite a lot of embellishing on it, and loved the fine life and good things in life, entertaining and the great house party weekend. He'd have loved this idea. And my father, the biggest sort of lover and supporter of Highclere, he'd have been so proud that we're doing this gin idea and making a success of it, and the other things we're doing alongside as well. And he'd just be pleased to think that there were so many things happening at Highclere nowadays. Well, this is a sort of mid-Victorian folly, and we've had some fun restoring all its interiors, so you can rent it as a holiday cottage for a few days. There's always a challenge at Highclere for this kind of building, but we just love them because it has so much character, and it's a fun building to keep going on the place, and people really love it. Now we're coming back towards the castle. This is the great view. I mean, it's just looking at the castle with its towers and its turrets, the lawns, the cedar trees, the warm yellow coloured bath stone. It is the iconic view of Highclere, really. My father would be so proud that Fiona and I are carrying on with new ideas at Highclere, bringing it really to all corners of the earth in a way. And the Highclere Castle Gin allows people just to have a touch of Highclere. Some of it's actually come from the earth here. It's just an amazing thing to have happened, really.